the bill talks about what meals qualify for a mixed beverage license under the current definition. And if you look at page 3 of the bill on lines 147 to 149, you can see that right now we prescribe for the portion of the food that's served by the mixed beverage applicant that meals means an assortment of foods commonly ordered in bona fide full-service restaurants as principal meals of the day. Such restaurants shall include establishments specializing in full-course meals with a single substantial entree. And I want to just be clear that this bill does not in any way contemplate or change the ratio of food to be served to alcohol in any way. This just deals with an outdated definition. The current concept of substantial in terms of single substantial entree is inconsistent and arbitrary, and the regulations can be handled differently depending on where you are in the state. So this is a logical change to get ABC out of the business of deciding which food counts. We know that Virginia is becoming a food and beverage destination due to culturally diverse arrays of exciting cuisine, and we shouldn't let vague and bureaucratic notions of substantial stand in the way of a dynamic creative industry comprised primarily of small business owners. Should the government care if the alcohol I drink is absorbed by steak and potatoes or by hummus, vegan chili, or sushi? You know, I would suggest not. And if I were a small business owner looking to open a restaurant, I should prepare my menu in conjunction with the chef rather than a lawyer who specializes in ABC regulations. And I would hope that we remove the nanny state provision against an inconsistent, vague, and outdated concept of substantial food and principal meals, and that would be a good step to take. And just to illustrate the issue, I would say that I could go to the Eastern Shore and order Chesapeake Bay oysters, then head to Richmond and enjoy a sushi dinner, then to Charlottesville for a chicken Caesar salad, finally to Alexandria and order a pizza and salad at a popular restaurant. And all that time I've not ordered food that qualifies as a substantial meal. In Alexandria, where I live, there's a restaurant called Pizza Paradiso where I could order a pizza with all kinds of things in it, you know, sausage or whatever, meat, pizza, cheese.
Delicious.
And you could go have that with the salad, then you could go to Georgetown, 5 miles away, or somewhere else in DC, and you could go to that same Pizza Paradiso and enjoy it with a mixed beverage. And, you know, Mr. Chairman, I would say I know you're a fan of pork barbecue, right? You like pork barbecue, don't you? Okay, well, if you have that pork barbecue without coleslaw, without hush puppies, sacrimonious as that might be, that would not be a meal under our current definition. I know that you're sending some bills for a study, but I would contend this one's a little bit more straightforward. Food is food, and we don't need the state to tell us what to absorb our alcohol with. The study, my understanding of the other bills that you may send there was that they're more related to ratios or making exceptions. This is just moving in a direction that I think the ABC has wanted to move in that they're redefining what their meals are, but they're bound by these words in the code for now about the single substantial entree and that sort of thing. You know, the times that they would serve things as a principal meal of the day. Just, you know, if you're gonna give me a drink, give me food and keep the current ratio, and I hope you'll consider that.
Senator, you know, you hit on so many points there, and you're right, they are awful confusing, and we've got so many ornaments on the Christmas tree, and we've had so many ratio bills and food venue bills and carve-out bills. That is why we're having this study. And, you know, it's you make a very compelling argument, but part of your argument also is an argument for it to be in the study, to get some clarity on this.
Well, this would just establish clarity. This has nothing to do with the ratio or the other bills going into the study. It's not a Christmas tree. It's making it less of a Christmas tree. Just bringing clarity that, you know, what you put in your body that's not liquid is food. You know, and if you agree with that, I hope you'll consider voting for it.
Any questions to patron? Okay, is there anyone here to speak in favor of this measure? Anyone in opposition? Oops. Is anyone to speak to this measure?
Mr. Chairman, I have a question.
Yes.
I think it's a question, Mr. Chairman, for you. Have we determined the scope of the work subcommittee yet. And the reason I asked this question is after my bill passed out of here, I stood in front of the counterparts on the Senate side with no real notice at all that that bill, which was already in the code, but was an expansion of the art studio bill, was sent to the work group. And I'm just not sure if I've heard out loud what the parameters of that work group might be.
Well, the parameters, of course, are anything that has to do with food ratio, anything that has to do with exemptions in here, and basically anything that needs clarity that we really are a little bit confused about right now. There's not any bright lines in here because the code has been cluttered up for so many years. I mean, how long has this food ratio been in effect now, I guess? 50 years or more. So that's where we're trying to add clarity. We do have a consensus between general laws in the House and general laws in the Senate. So look at that.
So Senator Ebbin is trying to clarify what food is. I had a bill to try to clarify what non-alcoholic beverages are. And when my bill got over to the Senate, they sent that to the study. And it was similar to Adams, where I was just saying, hey, I'm trying to make sense of this law that makes no sense. And it got sent to the study.
Well, do we have a motion? No?
So carry over to Rule 22 for the study.
Yeah.
That would be
There's a
ordinance.
Is your motion to carry over per Rule 22 and put it into the study? Okay. Do I have a second on that? Okay. All in favor of that, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Can I just ask as a clarification, the study, is that this subcommittee meeting over the summer or is it some other committee?
It's supposed to be a joint subcommittee, House and Senate,
Okay.
between probably some members on this committee and some members from the Senate.
Okay.
Joint study to ruin my summer.
Well, I will look forward to I will carpool with Chairman Albo and look forward to learning more in the car about what kind of non-alcoholic beverages he has in mind. Thank you.
I like that 95, listen to you talk all summer.